Alright, this is going to be a quick video about Raw. It's pretty much just the main event is really all I'm going to talk about because I think after watching the Slammies, you got to know that there's something going on with these votings thing, having the Bellas win match or Diva of the Year. You got Rock and Cena winning match of the year. Uh, Shawn Michaels winning the Double Cross of the Year. When I think it's pretty obvious that when you watch stuff like that happen live, you knew that that thing was gonna win. Like Mark Henry's Double Cross on Cena was by far like it's amazing how great that promo was. Like looking back on it and just like how that couldn't have won. It's because it doesn't go with storyline. The fact that Daniel Bryan and Shawn Michaels is kind of it was a rumored WrestleMania match, but like, you take the main event and what happened where Daniel Bryan got his revenge on the same night where Shawn Michaels just happened to win the Double Cross Award. So it's kind of refreshing your memory for what's going to happen later on that night. So, everything in wrestling, it's wrestling pretty much, but it all plays in the storyline and how the Bellas won Deep of the Year, I think, is by far the biggest insult to any person in the world right now. It's just terrible. But the main event, I think, saved the show from being a mediocre award show leading up to a match or a pay-per-view with a match that they claim is the biggest of all time. The promo made it seem like that, and not only because of Cena and Orton doing their whole thing, but the fact that this promo was focused on Daniel Bryan so much, and he had nothing to do with the thing at all. But the fans knew, all the fans know that Daniel Bryan's the man. He should be in that position where you're unifying the belts. This guy's been working his ass off since August, even before, maybe July or June. Like he really caught on fire around the summertime. And he was huge. He was built more over than Cena, and I think that's the honest truth. But politics, whatever you want to call it, you hold a guy down and you try burying them, but it's not working. You can't put out a fire that's pretty much cuts a land forest fire is really what Daniel Bryan is. He is, as Stone Cold calls it, uh, white as fire, white stone. He said something on his podcast, and it's like that's when you're like out of control hot, white hot, and that's the word. White hot is the thing Steve Austin used himself as, and I think Daniel Bryan was really the next second coming of John Cena, where Cena was on top of the world. Everyone was cheering him, and you hadn't seen anyone come in and just be so popular amongst everyone. It's not like a 50-50 split, but this tonight was just so great to see. Who cares about Randy Orton and John Cena and Triple H? We've seen that for the past 10, 5, 6 years. 10, 5, 6. It's been a long time. Let's see something new. Let's see the new fresh face of the WWE. And as soon as they started chanting it, you saw him in the back and just a big grin on his face. And I think everyone at home watching had the biggest smile on their face. Everyone that was on Twitter just like loving every second of that Seattle crowd. And Triple H, on the other hand, just had that stone face, just like, oh shit, like here they go. And you have no choice but to acknowledge it because Triple H can't talk when you got 20 whatever thousand people are there chanting Daniel Bryan, chanting yes, and they gave him the spotlight. And Cena's trying to go there, shake his hand, trying to be all cool, but it was great. I like how Cena brought him in, and I guess improvision, I guess is the word. They worked with it. They brought Bryan into the thing. They said, "You want to talk about hard working? Like this guy's been working his ass off since WrestleMania 27, where he was supposed to be on the card. He got bumped down to the pre-show just so Rock can have his little 20-minute promo where he's like, hold your mic up and say, like, that could have been a Daniel Bryan WrestleMania debut match instead of the year after where he's in the opener going in as world champion and he loses in like 18 seconds or 28 seconds or whatever it was. That's hard working. The guy came back from being destroyed at WrestleMania 28 to being the hottest thing the next night. And that year, they acknowledged it, but 29, he's in a tag team match. He wins the title. He's on fire again, and what do? They take it away, and they try burying him ever since, and it's not working because I think the fans know what they want to see. The fans know who were, they. Bryan comes off as by far the most real person on that roster, and it's great to see people acknowledge that, and it's great to see everyone in the wrestling world that they just in love with him, and I can't be more happy for him to be in that position he's in right now. So Cena cut that promo, uh, pretty much telling Bryan, you're the hardest worker. I look forward to our rematch if I win. And then came the whole build. This is where you're going to start building to future matches now. You have Orton, who obviously went for the cheap shot. And then Punk, he gives Punk a little pie face. Camera goes to Punk. Punk's gonna knock this guy out now. So Punk punches him. There's your match. When Randy Orton wins, I think Orton's winning at TLC. Orton wins at TLC. His first opponent's gonna be obviously CM Punk. Gets you through the Royal Rumble. Now you're off to WrestleMania season, and from there, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a Triple H versus Punk after, because Triple H is gonna screw Punk out of that. So I know they were talking about Triple H versus CM Punk, and I think after tonight, that's pretty possible. And then Daniel Bryan versus Shawn Michaels, it might actually happen. I just thought of that now. He kicked him in the face tonight, and there's your second possible WrestleMania match. But it's gonna be great. This promo really did a lot for what it was, and recommend everyone going out of your way to check it out. I just literally talked about it for a good 6 minutes, or maybe 5, because that Slammy Award rigged bullshit was kind of there too. But yeah, that's all. Watch that promo. I'll see you guys in the next video.